I'm a Sobe. Have you ever wanted to make a beat? Today I'm going to show you using the DAW called Soundtrap. Now Soundtrap is made by Spotify. It's a very versatile and user-friendly program. So without further ado, here we have the Soundtrap homepage. We're going to enter Studio. As you can see, they have a whole bunch of sound packs, but they're all in here. As you open the program, you'll find two options, music or podcast. We're going to select music today. Next, we're presented with a myriad of options, from pattern beat making to playing synths, importing files, yada yada yada. But we're going to go browse loops. So here we have a whole bunch of loops. Personally, I like to start with some sort of backing instrument. Let's go with piano. Fantastic. Now I've been very happy with the Neighborhood pack, so let's see what Neighborhood Dynasty has to offer. I like that. Let's go. Now as you'll see, we've selected the piano and it's on there. It's a little bit slow, so we're going to speed it up at the tempo. It automatically drops as an 8-bar loop, very handy. Now let's put it to 110 BPM. Simply click the adjuster. Go up per increment. Quick note, one of the most popular BPMs for top 10 charting songs is 120. It gets people moving, but I want this one a little bit slower, so let's do 110. Let's hear this. Alright, next. We got to get some drums over this. So typically, I like to go with, say, a kick and a snare combo, just to set the rhythm. So what do we got here in our top picks for projects? Too rocky. We got to set some drums. Let's go hip hop. No hi-hats, no full beats, kick snare. Very slow, but let's put it over the beat and see how it sounds. Sounds pretty good. Now this is just a quick demonstration, so I won't be making a top tier beat, but let's throw some hi-hats over that and see what happens. The fantastic thing about Spotify's algorithm is it will automatically correct and snap your drums into the right format. Sometimes they don't fit together, but just pick the right ones. Let's listen. Hear that? It's coming together. Now that being said, you can't just take a whole bunch of clips and then put them over each other and rap over it. I mean, you could, but that's not a song. So we're going to put a little bit of order to it, maybe a couple extra instruments. So follow me. Next, we're going to add a little bit of violin just to spruce it up. So we've gone to the search bar, we selected violin, and I like quartet violin too. So let's try that. Slap it over the beat. It's a little quiet. Let's turn it up. It's great. We've got an awesome loop. Now we need to do structuring. Now to start a beat off, I like to be a little mysterious and slow. You have to have a build up. So we're going to move our kick and snare forward 8 bars. And we're just going to intro the piano by fading it in. Let's go 6 bars. We've got the hi-hats. We'll keep that at the beginning to create a nice little tick, 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 tick. And the quartet violin, we're not going to let come in until the kick and snare. Now let's see what that sounds like. So all experimentation, folks. Now that works. You don't want to have a super long intro. So after this, we're going to cut right into the beat. Now that we have the beat to a point of transition, we've added an SFX riser just to sort of insinuate that the next part of the song is coming. Let's see what that does. As the hi-hats fade out, just the kick and snare, the violin, and that's where the beat will come in. We're going to add a little bit of bass there. Let's find some bass. For that, it's very simple. We're going to select the hip-hop option, as well as the bass. And that should bring us a lot of 808s. Just to specify, I am going to type in 808 to find what I would like, as those are very crunchy, nice, melodic, rhythmic bass tones. Let's go down to bass 808 1. Not what I want. Let's try that one. And then it cuts out there. We're going to copy it. And we're going to paste it right there. So it'll automatically make it 4 bars, and that's fine because we are going to continue the drums right there. Let's start by copying and pasting the hi-hat right into that intro. We're not going to do a pause in between for the drop. We're just simply going to take our Neighborhood Dynasty piano, put it up top, let it ride. And with our violins, we don't want them to come in right away. We don't want it to just sound like a copy and pasted loop. So let's put it halfway through to signify that after that 8-bar loop of rapping, after we put our bars in, it's going to cut into a transition period where we're ready to begin creating the hook. So let's go back and listen to what we got. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now folks, don't make the mistake of leaving your fade on. We want to have those like that. It's missing something, isn't it? We forgot the kick and snare. Let's turn the treble up on these so that the snare claps better. Now for this, we're just going to leave the hats and the violin here. The bass is cut out. This is going to signify that we're coming to something different. And then we can come back into another verse. So what we're going to do to keep it really simple, folks, we're just going to keep copying and pasting as if it's your first beat. You know, this is not a display of my capabilities as a producer. However, just a quick tutorial to try and teach you guys that anyone can do it. So we're copying and pasting the kick and snare right now, which has gone over top of our piano loop. And we got our bass coming in because you always want to have your bass hot. So this time I think we're going to go for a quartet violin 1. Because we want to switch it up just slightly and it's within these same notes. So what you can do is you can click it and slide it down to the selection point that you want. So let's see what that sounds like. I like it. Forgot the hi-hats, so let's bring them in now. Sometimes you can do that. You can bring your hi-hats in late. If you want to do a delay at the beginning of your verse, sometimes it accentuates the actual artist over top of the beat. Now this would be a slow intro to where your verse comes in. Pick it up. Picking up where we left off, we're going to extend the loop. As it carries through, we've got 8 bars. So I think it's going to go into the violin next. Let's have 4 bars of that. Let's drop a kick and snare right up here because it sounds really freaking boring. A lot of kick and snare there. Let's bring it back to the point that we're working at. Now it's only going to be a 2-minute 30-second beat, just something simple to show you the capabilities of the program. As this comes back in, it's prepping us for our drop on the verse. Because that was sort of a mini chorus. Okay, so what's going to happen here is we're going to drop our piano. Very unprofessional. Next, we are going to continue the hi-hats because it's just carrying through. It's that setup, right? So as we bring it to this 4th bar, we're going to notice that this timestamp about 2:24. So we're going to be done there. That's all you need, folks. That's all you need for a very short, simple song. Of course, there's many, many other ways that you can elaborate upon it, and I encourage you to do so. Soundtrap is a very versatile and user-friendly program. It has all you need. It's got auto-tune, patterns, beat making. This is simply just to give you an idea of what you can do. We're going to stretch the bass out to the end of where the kick and snare is there. And we're going to copy and paste it because we want to bring it over to where our verse is popping. So let's drop where the piano comes in, right? And it's going right to the end, essentially. We're going to come back because we have snare and kick, and we have hi-hats. We've got our piano, and we've got our bass. But I want that original quartet 2 violin that we brought in at the beginning of the song. Let's bring it right out. Like I said, very simple, quick beat. We're not trying to make an award-winning masterpiece here. This is not a symphony concerto of grand proportions, however. It's just showing you can do it too. And you can rap over this. Big Papa, Mr. Monster, come up with the vodka, swilling it in proper. Need a bit of juice and I'm feeling it when I move. Man, I've been up in the booth and I do not wanna be aloof. I don't wanna be the one that you've been trying to go my pop. And I'm the kind of motherfucker who been come up with a cut. What? See? It's all about what you can do on it. So as we've set it up here, the bass is gonna cut out. But I want that violin to carry us into the end. Into our outro. Bum 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 bum. And let's bring some piano out too, just to finish off the quarter, you know? I don't want that there. So we're ending the beat here. It's just riding out on those violins. So we're gonna add a slight fade out. Now, we'll check out the end product, but one thing I encourage you to do if you're going to make a beat that is this simple, simply put an atmosphere in the background. It changes everything. It's just that undertone that just sort of accentuates everything that you got going on. So I'm just going through, looking for something that sounds good here. Eclipse, vocal atmosphere. Too high. Too much. Too high. Too gritty. Too dark. Too dark. Let's try that. We're going to stretch it through the entire song. Just loop it. Because we don't care, we're just having fun here, folks. That's what it's all about here at Soapy Productions. Let's go to the back, see what that does to it. Way too loud. I have the bass turned all the way up, so you can hear it, but... the strings are still too high. So what we're going to do, we're going to equalize them. We're going to go for the Biz EQ. Visual Equalizer. Cut out some of this sound here. This shrill high pitch that's coming down in the 5,000 to 20,000 region. See how that really mellows it out? The reason for getting rid of this is dead end. There's nothing here. But you can bring it up, make it pound a little bit more. Don't go up here. Don't go crazy if you're gonna edit. It's just my technique. Now, as you can hear, we have a full beat. Now, folks, 20 minutes of your time, you've created the basis, the core of a song. And of course, you can elaborate upon it, spend more days, create structure, and add different effects. You can pan it, do anything you want. I heavily encourage you to give it a try. Soundtrap is very cheap. There is a free version, so go and give it a check. I appreciate you guys watching. And as always, more music on the way. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. It's Obi out. Peace.